good sir. Dust off the notebook, get ready to write down some clues because there's a mystery afoot and we must discuss.
Today we're walking in the shoes of a former con-turned-cop who's chasing down a serial killer in the middle of Salem. Yes, the Salem, the small town with a dark history involving the witch trials. Not to be confused by the wisecracking black cat owned by the teenage witch who's always getting into trouble by her own making.
I just turned the most popular girl in school into a pineapple. Itchy, she's making us itchy. Itchy? We're itchy. Well, we're all itchy. You know, you could help me send these people back to their homes, or you could help me fight the Witches' Council in a fiery apocalyptic showdown, whatever works for you. Great! And cut the tail! And I'm leaving destruction in my wake? Oh my gosh. I'm not a princess. I'm a dragon! You sicken me!
Where is the lie, Sabrina? Now back to our investigation, because the Bell Killer's on the loose and he's murdering young women, and it's up to Spirit Detective Ronan to take him down from the afterlife. Oh, did I forget to mention he dead? But we'll get into all that here in one moment, because I'm Brodery, and spoiler warning ahead, because we're about to recap and review Murdered Soul Suspect. Our story opens up with us finding our protagonist in not the best of situations. Let me introduce you to Ronan. He's a street tough detective that handles life kind of like Dr. House would if he was a detective. And I'm willing to bet that you're wondering how he ended up in such a state. But that's going to have to wait because Ronan's back on his feet and he's ready for round two. He hobbles his way to the front door ready to head back upstairs when he's suddenly startled by an old lady who sends him tumbling back down to the ground. And before you get too upset, Ronan, I think you'll have something over the street you might want to sort out.
No.
Ronan did attempt to slip inside of his body like a skin suit, but unfortunately for him, that failed almost instantly. Really, all this did was gave your killer enough time to play catch-up.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
The man who threw Ronan from the window shows up to help him out of his out-of-body experience and into the afterlife. And to make things worse, he's going to use the gun that Ronan tried to use to shoot him to do it. Ronan can always stand there and watch as the killer unloaded his gun into his unconscious body, each bullet burning through his soul as he fades into the afterlife. Once dead, Roman's spirit was unable to find the strength to pursue his killer as he's suddenly blinded by a light that leads him into one of the most boring representations of heaven I've ever seen. What is this? Could heaven only afford a fog machine? This just seems lazy. Fortunately, he won't be stuck in the land of blah alone. He manages to find his wife on the other side as well.
Jesus was laughing when I went into the light.
He was laughing because you were trying to get into heaven.
But unfortunately, Ronan's got a bit of unfinished business he'll need to tend to before he'll be allowed to cross over the bridge to be with her once again. Something that he is clearly not too happy about, but they could care less because they just dump him back on Earth to figure out whatever he has to do. Oh, now you guys want to show up. Yeah, these two may have found the body, but Ronan doesn't seem to have any way of communicating with them, so he decides to have a chat with somebody that might know what he's going through. I don't know, chasing down a ghost kid down a dark alleyway at night into a ghost playground to shake down for answers is really the best way to get into heaven. The ghost turns out to be a Puritan girl named Abigail who doesn't seem too interested in helping out newcomers to the ghost community. Not really giving off vibes of wanting to help Ronan, just more annoyed that he's bothering her in the first place. But inevitably decides to help.
Okay, Fish. I'll be the good veterano and teach you
Ghostly
politics.
Your strengths in life are stronger in death. They become powers here. Possession, influencing people, manipulating the more fragile of ghostly objects to appear or disappear. Can't enter the buildings the people of Salem have consecrated, save through an opening. But once inside, walls and doors hold no power over us. You'll know the ghostly objects we can't pass through by their blue glow. You're here to resolve something. You don't resolve it, you don't leave.
I need to figure out who killed me and stop him.
And now that Ronan knows what he needs to do, Abigail decides that she's had enough of this interrogation and decides to dip right down an alleyway before a demon portal pops up, separating her from Ronan.
Be careful out there. You never know what's waiting around the corner.
Clever girl.
Ronan returns to the crime scene to start the investigation into his own death when he finds that, hey, the rest of Salem PD decided to finally show up. 30-minute response time. That's not too bad considering from my estimate, the police station being only about, 5 minutes away from the crime scene? Yeah, Ronan, I'm gonna go down a wire here and say that you and the rest of the Salem PD probably had some tension between you and them. Because even though you were told to wait for backup, it doesn't seem like any of them were in a hurry to actually back you up in the first place. Oh, and here comes walking, talking proof that I might be onto something.
Yeah, great idea, Baxter. Tamper with the evidence.
Backup. Who needs backup? You shouldn't have tried to be one of us. Man, you were one dumb son of a bitch. Sir?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Hey, Baxter, hey! Hey, just get back to taking them statements. Come on.
Yeah, I'm the stupid one.
And in case you're wondering, yeah, that slap was definitely justified. That's Lieutenant Rex, Ronan's brother-in-law. And he's taken his death quite personally because the Bell Killer case was his case in the first place. If Rex had caught him sooner, maybe Ronan would still be alive. But none of that matters because Ronan doesn't blame Rex one bit. He was the one who ran into the crime scene all alone. That's just the type of guy he is, just like he's not the type of guy to warn the bench from the other side while everybody else looks for his murderer. So let the investigation begin. So Ronan gets to work, he collects some evidence, helps out with witness statements, and eavesdrops on the SPD. This is where we get a sense that unlike Baxter, most people in the police department may not have trusted Ronan, but they definitely didn't want him dead.
Ever take a look at those tattoos of his? All that gangland prison crap? He was more criminal than cop. Yeah, you live like a thief, you die like a thief.
He was still a badge, dickhead.
But it's time to take the investigation back inside, and once Ronan knows the sergeant was opening up the door, he seized the moment and headed inside. And oh boy does this place have his fair share of ghosts. Most seemed content with still remaining there, but there was one hiding away that seemed like they could use some help. She's more or less gotten over the fact that she's dead and just really is freaking out over the fact that she doesn't know where her body is or how she died. Ronan puts his detective skills to work and discovers that the little old lady that knocked him into the street before, yeah, she's got a bit of a dark side.
Finally, some peace and quiet. All her parties. How can anyone sleep through music blasting like that?
That girl collapsed like paper when Grace hit her. I still can't believe she died. It happened so fast. I've never seen Grace so crazy before. It must have been the lack of sleep. Thank God it's all over.
You serious?
Yep, you were murdered because you were playing music too loud, causing the old lady to snap.
I thought they were just being unreasonable. I didn't know they would do this. Thanks for your help. You have no idea how big a relief it is just knowing.
And she's a better spirit than me. If I found out somebody murdered me over something so petty, I would have been hunting them to the end of their days. I mean, hell, they didn't even get punished for what they did. They murdered somebody over some music. If that happens to me, I'm gonna be hella petty in the afterlife. But hey, if knowing what they did and just obtaining the knowledge that they left your body to rot in some quarry somewhere is good enough for you, you do you. Ronan heads upstairs towards the crime scene when he's stopped suddenly by a Harry Potter lawsuit. One in the shape of a demon that's trying to whisper sweet nothings into Ronan's ear Shang Tsung style.
Your soul is mine!
Ronan does break free and manages to hide until he's able to stealth.
Exorcise the demons! This house is clear.
Look at you, Ronan. You made that look easy. No power of Christ compels you, no overcomplicated rituals. You just get a good grip on them, jerk them around, and hope for the best.
What did he say?
And after finishing off a couple more demons on the next floor, Ronan finally makes it to the crime scene, where looky-loos and police officers are standing by. But being a ghost detective comes with its own perks. While all the living cops deal with all the drama and red tape, you can just let yourself in and start your investigation. After combing through the evidence, he learns that the Bell Killer was there looking for somebody and they weren't the only one. Learning that there was a possible witness triggers a vision of Roman's final moments. Alright, now we're talking rogue cop versus serial killer, both with nothing to lose, and even though we know how this ends, it should be one hell of a fight. Even the trailer hinted at one hell of a last stand for Ronan. Incoming spoiler alert, the trailer lied.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
I'm sure Ronan did his best, but this doesn't change the fact that an ass whooping probably saved the witness's life, so, I mean, silver lining. But good thing Ronan's not too prideful. He doesn't care that he got his ass kicked, he's just glad he's got a lead worth chasing down. And to make things better, he's got a pretty good idea where that lead is heading. And that's thanks to the Salem PD uncovering a possible associate of hers. So Ronan drops out of the crime scene and decides to see if the church has any answers. Turns out the church has a view of the ocean. You can't even get to it without crossing over the beach. And to nobody's surprise, the beach appears to be haunted. She's looking awfully upset, and Ronan, being the stand-up guy that he is, can't just leave a crying ghost there alone, so he offers some assistance.
I don't know how I got here, or even where here is. I can't remember what happened to me. Why am I like this?
Look, I'm in a similar situation. Now, I used to be a detective. Let me take a look around and see if I can find anything that will help you make sense of all this.
After poking around the beach a little bit, Ronan discovers that not only did the girl die tragically,
She was a hero. She saved a lot of people before her rowboat sank. She needs to know how much she meant to them.
Turns out it was a steamer ship that sank right outside of Salem Harbor. If it weren't for you, a lot of people would have died. You're a hero.
If I saved everyone, then how did I die?
No, you didn't save everyone, but you were trying to. Your rowboat capsized.
I can't swim, so I must have drowned.
All she wanted to know is what happened, and now that she knows, she can find some pride and peace and pass on to the other side, leaving Ronan all alone to head to the church. Turns out finding the church isn't even the hard part. He got married there after all. No, the hard part comes when he finds out where the witness might be hiding, and getting to her was going to prove to be quite problematic. Even after priest hopping across the demon portal, he had no clear way up to the attic. On second thought, scratch that. Here, kiki.
Hey-ho, Silver, away!
After taking the Kitty Express upstairs, Ronan finds the girl frantically searching through her room. She clearly looked like she was in a hurry, but Ronan wasn't going to let her get away. This was his only lead. So one possession coming up. He jumps inside the girl in the hopes of poking around her brain for some answers, but unfortunately for him, he's not going to find any answers that way today.
Get the hell out!
So, this is Joy, a troubled teen who apparently can see dead people.
You have no right to dump your unfinished business
Hold on
me.
Now, I'm tracking down my killer, okay? Someone who was seconds away from attacking you about an hour ago, and if...
You can see me?
And hear me?
Ain't I the luckiest guy in the world? I just found the perfect little helper.
I refuse. No! Hell no!
I'm not your informant, your partner, or your friend. I don't owe you.
Joy, I hate to be that guy, but agree to disagree. I'm just saying, even though he didn't know you were there, he still took that ass whooping so you can get away safely, so the least you can do is answer some of his questions.
You saved my life, so what do you want?
I was murdered tracking that son of a bitch to your place. So why would he be looking for you?
That freak was probably looking for my mom.
Looking for your mom? What does that mean?
She's like me, but she found a way to make a respectable living off of what we can do.
Respectable living?
Yeah. Hey, you might know her. She was working the Bell Killer case with the cops as a contract psychic, a profiler.
Sorry, kid. She doesn't ring any bells.
I found this in the apartment tonight. Mentioned something about some Bell Killer book, and it's in her handwriting.
Bell Killer book. If she was a profiler, it's probably the book she kept all her case notes in. That would be at the station.
Ronan attempts to convince her into a team up, but she is having none of it.
We're on the same side. If your mother's involved, we need to work together.
Work together? What are you gonna do? You're dead! I'll handle it. Just leave me alone!
The screams of mediums can hurt ghosts. Duly noted, but that ain't going to stop Ronan from following up with her once again.
I bet she knows more. I can't let her get away.
So Ronan takes the Kitty Express downstairs and learns that she too is also a clever girl. Yes, that was clever Joy using the demons to slow Ronan down, but what she doesn't realize, he wasn't always a cop. At one point in time, he was a menace to society, and he's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. Abigail got away with that shit earlier because we were stuck in that tight alleyway. In here, inside this church, we have possibilities. The vacuum turned on all on its own. Spooky. The priest, assuming that there's a short in the vacuum, comes over to have a closer look, only to fall right into our trap. There was never any short. Now deliver us to the other side unharmed like you did before. Son of a, and we don't have time for this. Why don't we just make a dash for the door? But even with the assistance of his crow allies, Ronan still didn't make it outside in time to catch Joy. She was nowhere to be found. But he knows Joy is after her mother's book, and that means that she's heading for the police station, so that's where he's heading to. On the way to the station to hopefully find Joy before she gets herself into too much trouble, Ronan stumbles across a ghost that looks like they're having a bit of a rough night.
Hey. Calm down for a second and talk to me. What's your name?
Brad.
Good. Now, tell me what happened.
The details are hazy. I must have been driving Rick and Laura home when... Oh, God. I killed them. I'll never forgive myself for doing this.
You don't know if you did. You said it yourself. The details are hazy. Now, I can take a look around here and see if anything jumps out at me.
Now, initially, it doesn't look very good for Brad. I mean, there's liquor by the car, and it definitely is his car. But after a bit more investigation leading Ronan to the local gas station, he discovers that Brad wasn't the driver after all. Brad tried to do the right thing. He tried to call a cab for him and his friends, but after one broken window and some puke in the parking lot, the gas station attendant had enough and scared him off, with Laura, not Brad, behind the wheel of the car.
So, I wasn't driving. That whole night was a disaster. hard to accept my part in things, but at least I know it wasn't all my fault. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Now that Brad was taken care of, Ronan makes his way over to Salem PD, where he takes full advantage of their open door policy and lets himself back inside. This is where Ronan spent most of his time after his wife passed away, burying himself in his work case after case, that way he did not have to face his grief. Not that it helped much, he was pretty miserable the entire time, he was just good at hiding it. But there's no time to face those demons right now, because Rex was given a briefing in the war room, and Ronan was not going to miss it. He needed some new leads, and he needed to figure out where Joy was at.
Tonight, tonight was the first time he used a gun. This guy relies on close proximity. So remember, if you approach him, it gives him power.
Sir, if we can't approach him, how do we arrest him?
Remember your training. He's a wanted cop killer now. You can shoot him on sight.
Turns out the briefing really didn't help Ronan out much, but the war room definitely did. It gave him a bunch of new evidence and some leads to go on. Not to mention he was able to figure out Joy was in custody, and the least he could do was break the little ingrate out.
Each one of these keys is a felony. Each one. You get that, right? No? All right, it's your funeral. Sit tight, relax. You're gonna be here for a while.
Fuck!
All right, look, I might be able to help you. Is your mom's book from the Bell Killer case here?
Yes, and it would probably help me find my mom, but as I told you before, you're dead. How can you possibly help me?
I know this place better than you. Now, who did your mom work with here? Who?
I don't know. She just called him Bastard.
Baxter. All right. His office was on the second floor. You stick with me, I'll get you there. Let's go.
Go where? They're watching.
Not for long.
Menace powers activate. Once the cameras were down, Joy was able to escape the room, but gain across the bullpen, well, that was going to be a different story. The bullpen was full of cops, and Joy does not have the power of transparency on her side like Ronan does. So he's just going to have to menace his way across the room, that way she can pass unnoticed. I would love to give Ronan all the credit for helping Joy reach the staircase, but from what I can tell around here, a lot of these police officers are not very good at their jobs. But who's complaining? Onward to Baxter's office. Are you kidding me, demons? This is getting a little old.
I can't get across there. You're gonna have to help me.
Well, can't you just fly over it?
Fly? I'm a ghost, not a plane, alright?
Says the guy that's using the citizens of Salem as his own personal taxi service tonight. Not really having much of a choice, Joy reluctantly helps Ronan across the demon portal, and by the grace of God, they somehow make it to Baxter's office unnoticed, where they find her mother's book hidden behind the gun rack. Not that it's going to do much good, Ronan can't read it, and Joy's a little rusty on this type of text.
Oh, please tell me you understand what all these symbols are.
Yes, some of them. That's weird. The last thing she wrote is he knows about me.
Oh God, that means he was after her.
You don't know that. Come on, we should move.
Oh, crap.
But possibly yes.
They discover a pamphlet for the museum with the loose pages of the book, but they have no idea what it was doing in it. And it doesn't look like Salem PD is going to give them the opportunity to figure it out.
She's here somewhere. I'll check here. Head toward the back office.
It appears that 5-0 figured out Joy was missing, so it's up to Ronan to get her out of the police station before they catch her. They menace their way past the coppers, heading downstairs and nearly getting caught by Rex and Sarge. Luckily, by the grace of God, they managed to make it back to the war room. And I do mean by the grace of God, because how did Rex not see her when he was passing by? Add this in with the poor response time and the gaming on the job, and I feel like one head smack wasn't enough. Give him another face palm for good measure. Moving on, because it took Joy all 5 seconds to try to give Ronan the slip once again once they enter the war room.
You serious?
If you keep trying to do this alone, you're gonna get yourself killed.
How about I just leave it as... I'll owe you one.
Oh, you're adorable. That's not how this works. You have no demons to slow him down this time, so he's able to catch up with you before you get very far from the station.
Hey, you can't get away that easy.
If you care about the case so much, find your own damn clue.
You won't find your mother without me.
Listen. Your mom wrote that book to help find the killer. It's not gonna say what happened to her. The truths we're both searching for can only be answered by finding the killer. I need a pair of hands in the living world, and you need a detective.
It's the last case.
Ashland Hill Cemetery. They can't see it, but it's there.
What?
I don't know. I guess my mom thought there was a case that was linked to the Bell Killer. The cops didn't.
Okay, we go there next. Ashland Hills.
Come
on, we need each other.
You need me a lot more than I need you.
Either way, partners.
Fine. For now.
Now is all I worry about.
So we're really going to a cemetery, huh?
Yep.
I have to do something, so I'll just meet you there.
No. I'm not letting you ditch me
You
again.
follow me, the deal is off. If it was meant to be, I'll see you there. If not, I won't.
You better show up to that cemetery, kid. You're the only living person I have left.
Probably a good thing they split up though, because Ronan had to take a second to check out this ghost girl who was stalking a young couple. Turns out she ended her story because she was convinced her boyfriend, the guy in the couple there, was cheating on her while they were still together. So Ronan looks into it to help her find some sense of peace, and it turns out he was never cheating at all. She was a stranger who met him when he was grieving over the death of his girlfriend. Yeah, you're deaf. He was loyal and faithful and loved you so much that even now he feels guilty as hell that he's fallen in love with another woman. Something she feels guilty about too. She never meant to fall in love with him. She was just trying to help him work through his grief.
I've made a big mistake.
He still thinks about you. Maybe you can take comfort in knowing that you'll never be forgotten.
I suppose. What's done is done, I guess. Anyways, thanks for everything.
Now that the girls found some peace, Ronan heads into the cemetery to rendezvous with Joy, but he's unable to shake the feeling that he's being watched.
Boo. Great. Another freaky ghost chick is shadowing me.
It could be worse, Ronan. There's an entire subsection of the internet that would love that type of attention from a ghost chick. Don't you start. You know what you did to the internet. Therapy's gonna be expensive in 2025, but let's get back on track and head
down by the river!
Where Ronan finds Joy combing over what appears to be an old crime scene according to the books, but there's no evidence left around. Well, that's only because you insist on ignoring your gifts, Joy. Where you see annoyances around this cemetery, Ronan sees possible witnesses. And after speaking with a couple of them and poring over some evidence left behind, Ronan discovers
Body washed up on shore, so she was murdered upriver. But where?
Should we just ask her, Sophia?
Holy crap, maybe we can. That's that ghost that was watching me. Freaky girl wouldn't leave me alone.
Hello?
It's her. She's the one in the photo. Damn it, stop doing that to me, will you?
Wait, don't leave me here with... Did you see that?
Yeah, she was talking about that.
A small favor.
Give her, that's all it is. She can help all of us.
Did you hear that?
Of course I heard that. Demons.
Ronan leaves Joy behind while he chases down the ghost girl across the cemetery, through a haunted hospital, past a few demon groups, until he corners her by the river.
I'm on your side. I'm trying to figure out who killed you. Yeah, I'm a cop. My God, you're not trying to escape me. You want me to see something. Hey, it's okay. You can come out of the water now. It's okay, come on. I'm on your side.
I don't know about any contract. Please, just stop.
The hell is this? Contract? What did he mean by contract? No. This is the memory of your murder. You're too young. You shouldn't see this.
I swear I don't know about any contract. Please, just stop. Why are you doing this to me? Who are you? What are you doing? You're him! Oh, no! I don't want to.
It's symbol.
Stop it! Please, just. Please! No.
His symbol. It must have meant something.
Well, Roman, maybe next time go with your gut instinct and don't show the girl her grisly death. Poor thing was so traumatized, she ran off into the night all alone. Sadly though, Ronan doesn't have the time to track her back down. He's got to regroup with Joy, because they have much to discuss.
Bell killer drowned the girl in the lake, let her body float downriver.
My mother was right. This is a Bell killer case.
One weird thing is that he confronted the girl about a contract before he offed her.
Contract? I don't think I've seen anything about a contract. Wait. Another case, possible Bell killer survivor. Iris Campbell. Diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, incoherent ramblings about persecution, and a contract.
Again. And where does it say where she is?
It just says Lux Eterna. Is it a place?
Yeah. Lux Eterna is a mental hospital.
Of course it is. Okay, ready to go?
Actually, go on ahead. I need to visit someone here.
Oh. Guess I'll meet you at the hospital. Worse nightmare than this.
Ronan heads to meet Joy at the asylum, the one place where I'm sure everything will work out just fine for the two of them. Because we all know a troubled teen runaway who can speak with the dead would never raise any red flags in a place like that.
Sarcasm, you think?
But despite possible new living arrangements for Joy in the future, like Scooby and the gang, they have a mystery to solve, so...
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
People who see things nobody else can see end up living here.
Not that crazy. Come on.
Once inside, they discovered that they didn't really have much time to waste. Iris was scheduled for the Jack Nicholson treatment, so they needed to get her out of there as soon as possible to find out what she knows. So with no time to waste, Mida's powers activate. Nothing can stop Ronan now except for an impenetrable wall that he can't pass through. Awkward.
All right, keep going. Get to Iris's room.
No. We stick together.
Joy, we don't have a choice. Now I'll meet you there as soon as I figure out a way around this. Go!
He takes a little detour through the closed-off section of the asylum, hops onto Kitty Express, combats a couple of demons.
It does not go well.
You're not my supervisor!
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger!
But he did manage to find his way on the other side of that ghostly door that was blocking his path, with the added bonus of finding out that Joy didn't really make it too far herself. After regrouping, they manage their way through a couple more obstacles and find Iris seen alone in her room in the dark.
It does not go well.
Everything will be okay. I'm not gonna let anyone touch you.
I'm only over worried about shock treatment, but she's already a lost cause.
Don't call her that to touch you.
All right, fine. You go see what our comatose witness has to offer.
You see, I'm gonna not let anyone harm you. You're gonna be just fine. Everything is gonna be just fine. Don't worry. Iris, everything will be fine. Don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Don't kill my sister!
Just fine. I'm not gonna hurt.
Stay back!
Holy shit, she can see me! What the?
No one's gonna hurt you. I'm gonna keep you safe. You're gonna be so safe. Everything is gonna be fine.
I think I know that symbol. I've seen it before.
Where?
We'll be okay.
I don't know. Maybe in my mom's book.
You're gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be safe.
They definitely look familiar.
Touch you.
This one means protection.
I'm gonna keep you safe. I'm gonna not let anyone hurt you.
I knew this was a prank.
Wait, contract. She still knows.
Iris was truly traumatized by something. It didn't take Ronan very long to figure out what it was that caused it. After a bit of snooping around, he discovered that Iris had a twin sister named Rose. Rose was a bit more thick-skinned and hard-headed than Iris and was determined to make sure that the Bell killer didn't get her sister, helping her escape and even putting up a bit of a fight. Unfortunately, that didn't lead to exactly a happy ending for her.
Rose saved Iris's life, but paid with her own. Her sister freed her when they were about to be scorched, but she couldn't return the favor.
Leave us alone!
My tinnitus!
Please.
She was possessed.
I told you to stay back.
She's coming with us.
No, you're not taking her.
You want the orderlies to shock her? She stays here. You want her to be safe outside? She comes with us. It's up to you.
After causing a little bit of mischief so they can sneak out the back door, they all regroup in the courtyard of the asylum.
Okay, let's figure this out. So what do you know about this contract?
Nothing.
So he just asked you if you knew about a contract?
He didn't ask. He wanted us to admit to it. Admit to having a contract with demons.
Demons?
We did nothing to him. He had no reason to go after us the way he did.
The way he did. He drowns one girl and burns another. And where have I seen that stake before?
That's it. All right, look. Get Iris to the church. Make sure that she's safe. I'll catch up with you later. Go.
Okay, come on, Iris.
All right. Now what the hell does a museum gala have to do with Rose's murder?
Once again, divide and conquer works out for him because arriving at the museum, Ronan discovers that they were having a private party not open to the general public. Would have made things a little bit awkward for Joy to get in, but Ronan, he can just walk right inside.
Gather round and bear witness to the righteous proceedings of a trial of a most heinous nature.
Wow, you make history come alive.
Was that sarcasm? Of course not. This is a lovely room of death. Was that sarcasm?
Stop it!
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
After learning a little bit about Salem's history, Ronan discovers exactly what the Bell Killer's been up to.
The Bell Killer used torture devices like this to kill his victims. Why kill them like witches?
I'm surprised there's no exhibit for the accusers. It's such an important part of Salem's history.
Actually, several artifacts aren't on display yet. We're currently preparing them upstairs in the restoration room.
Better see what else is in here.
Sounds like a good idea. Just do me a favor and watch your step. Ronan's in a bit of a pickle, but unfortunately Sabine's never around when you need him, so Ronan's forced to jump across the phantom tracks to safety, just narrowly making it to the staircase unharmed. Making it upstairs just in time to find his partner performing a B&E.
Joy? I told you to look after Iris.
You're not the boss of me.
I found a bunch of stuff downstairs. The Bell Killer is offing his victims as if they're witches. I'm heading upstairs to see what else I can find.
After poking around and learning a little bit of the interesting yet very dark history of Salem, Ronan discovers exactly what the Bell Killer is after.
The Bell Killer is targeting mediums because he thinks they're witches? That's insane. Who do I know that's interested in mediums? Baxter. All right, found the killer's symbol. We got a suspect to look into. We're almost there.
And not one step closer to finding my mom.
Like I said, the world doesn't need another whiner.
You know what? Screw you. You don't understand.
Don't understand? My wife was murdered 3 years ago. She got to float up into the white light, and I got stuck here in this place with some bitchy teen.
Ugh.
Your mom's been missing what? 2, 3 days? Huh? And I guarantee you we'll find her. If we fail, I'll never get to see Julia again. Ever.
We won't fail.
I don't need a cheerleader.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know about your wife.
Yeah. Look, we need to act on the information we found. You head off to the church.
The church? Where are you going?
Baxter's our prime suspect. I need to get over to his apartment and see if I can dig up any skeletons. Probably not a good idea for a fugitive to visit a cop.
Fine, I'll meet you later.
Ronan heads out to investigate Baxter, but he doesn't even get very far out of the museum before sirens tell him that there's trouble afoot in Salem once again. Someone's in a hurry in the direction of the church. Lovely. Ronan rushes to the church only to find that it's now a massive crime scene.
Thank God you're okay. No, Joy, don't! Damn it!
Lieutenant, caught her sneaking up the side staircase. Says she's a friend of the priest.
Where's Walter McCauley? Is he alright?
Just put her in my car. I want to interview her myself. Can somebody remind Broyles that the door's not going to watch itself?
Yes, sir.
It's a simple question, please!
Take it easy on her.
I mean, honestly, have you ever seen anything like this?
Half this stuff feels like a goddamn riddle.
I don't know. It just seems so demented.
Demented? I gotta find this crime scene before they cart away all the evidence.
Ronan takes a detour to avoid the demons, but he wasn't prepared for what he was about to find in the courtyard.
Iris. Damn it. If she'd stayed at the hospital, she'd still be alive.
Don't hold too tight to what's keeping you here. Just remember, this wasn't your fault.
I'm sorry.
What else did he do here?
Ronan rushes upstairs to discover the Bell Killer crashed the wedding before he killed Iris. And I'm not gonna lie, after seeing this vision, I'm not giving Ronan shit for getting his ass kicked anymore during this video.
We have cocktails already.
Okay, all right, everyone, let's get this picture. We've got to get to the reception. Everybody.
It's a little. Let me go. Let me go. He's here.
Look, you need to back off.
Damn, Iris was batting up an entire wedding party just because they were in the way. I really don't know how this could get any worse. It just got worse.
Oh no. Man, how am I gonna tell her about you?
Ronan searches Joy's old room and discovers that the killer wasn't even here for Iris in the first place. He was actually looking for Joy. She was just a victim of circumstance. And the only reason the priest died was because he was trying to protect her from the Bell Killer.
It's a friggin' dead end. So where's Baxter? If he's not here, he's got some explaining to do. Come on, what about you? You see anything?
Turns out Kitty witnessed a murder and saw the Bell Killer drop a key in the vent, so you know what that means. Here, kitty.
I hate my life!
Thanks for the help. I know that house. The killer's hideout. I need to get to Judgment House.
Alright, Ronan, nowhere for him to run now. Just one thing, you kinda have to break the bad news to Joy before you go.
Do some ghost thing and get me out of this. Come on.
Trust me, you're better off this way. The killer was after you.
Oh. What happened in there?
He didn't suffer.
You're lying.
He died protecting innocent people. That's all you need to know.
He died because of me.
Hey. You know, pleading insanity isn't going to help you much on 2 counts of trespassing and felony escape. So you can drop the crazy act, all right?
Rex, man, give her a break.
You have anything to say for yourself? No? That's why what I thought. We'll figure out what to do with you at the station.
Tell him what we found. They need to know it all. You gotta find a way to convince him.
Where are you going?
The killer left a clue about the ancient mansion we saw at the museum. Tell Rex about that too. It's probably the killer's place.
Okay, I'll try.
Now that Joy was safe with the one person Ronan trusts, he can now finally head off to hopefully end this once and for all. Arriving at Judgment House, Ronan discovers that there's somebody still there and that his hunch about Baxter might actually be true.
I hate it when I'm right.
Ronan heads inside, finding himself now trapped because the door swings shut behind him. Not exactly an ideal position to find yourself in, Ronan. This place might be run down in a lawsuit waiting to happen, but it is still sacred ground, so it could possibly double as a prison cell for Ghost. He heads upstairs to the room he saw lit up from the outside and discovered some sort of Bell Killer war room.
Holy shit, look at all this crap. This is... Oh, fresh paint, this one's just been done. The witch who flew from her own mother, herself a witch, herself in flight, shall meet her death like so many other, and leave both realms this very night. Oh no, that's about Joy. What else did you hide in this house, you freak? What was that?
Lovely, more demons. Shocker. And there's a lot of them too, more than normal, but after dealing with them all, Ronan finds his way down into the wine cellar where he finds a bit of a shocking surprise.
Oh my god, Baxter? I should have been the one that stopped you.
Ronan? What the hell's going on?
You sick bastard. Why'd you do it? Why'd you bring back the witch trials and kill all those innocent girls?
You think I'm the Bell Killer? Are you insane? I've never killed anyone. You gotta help me. What is this place? We gotta get out of here.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. All of a sudden, we're buds. Where's the killer?
No idea. He could be anywhere. But when we fought, he said something I didn't understand at all.
Wait. The killer actually talked?
Not much, but I think I hit a nerve. I told that bastard he'd be dead soon, but he said, I already know death. And then something about his instrument of death will kill again tonight.
My instrument of death? But he kills different ways every time. I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither.
Do you know where Cassandra is? Is she still alive?
Last I checked, yeah. I took her to a safe house outside of town.
Oh my god, she's alive. I was sure she'd be dead too. Joy would be freaking ecstatic.
We looked for Joy for days, but it was too risky. Cassandra has been begging me to track Joy down, but I haven't found her yet.
You're not gonna believe this. Joy's been helping me tonight.
Figures a cop like you would need help to get this far.
You mean like what? The help you got from her mom? You get back to Cassandra, make sure she's still safe, and bring her back to the station. I'm gonna quickly check out the cellar and come up with a plan. I hope.
There's a whole bunch of stuff to find down in the cellar. A couple of cramped cells, a bunch of torture devices, a plot twist that, let's be honest, a 5-year-old could figure out if it was given enough time.
The courts are not a place for your murderous whimsy. You are a corrupt heathen. The families of those innocent souls you executed through false accusation of witchcraft will exact their righteous justice tonight.
False accusation?
What is that nonsense you draw?
My mark will burn like a brand in the flesh of this town. If it takes me to the ends of eternity, I will personally make the bell toll for every witch in Salem.
The guy who killed me is Abigail. She might be the Bell Killer. How is that possible? I gotta get out of here and figure out how to track her down.
After hearing Baxter's radio sound off saying that Rex was now missing and nobody knew where Joy was either, Ronan realizes what the killer meant with his last words to Baxter.
Instrument of death, meaning her death, where she was killed. The gallows at the museum. Hang on, kid. I'm on my way.
Happy to leave Judgment House behind for good, Ronan heads off to the museum to hopefully save Joy before it's too late. Normally, a museum gala would not be ideal for our final showdown, but this time it worked in Ronan's favor. All the people who were at the gala had already went home, so it was less likely to have to deal with collateral damage like at the wedding. But no worries, the Bell Killer felt it was perfectly okay to let himself inside.
Joy!
Ronan, help!
Not another step.
No, not you, Rex.
This has nothing to do with her, Abigail.
Oh, but it does. For 300 years, we have executed the witches who corrupt our fair city.
Down there. Let's go.
Those who try to mask their demonic contract and leverage powers they should never possess.
Just like you have.
Don't you dare compare me to her!
Easy, easy.
Put your hands up!
Help!
Don't do anything stupid.
Hands up. Stop what you're doing. Hands up. Do it now.
Abigail, stop!
Rex, you piece of shit. What are you doing? Not now. This was you.
I want you getting closer to the truth.
Ronan, do something!
Hold tight, kid. I'm on my way.
And now the final showdown between Abigail, Rex, and Ronan can begin. And begin it shall on a very painful note. Ronan rushes the stage with the knowledge that there's only one way Joy's going to make it out of this alive.
It's over, Abigail.
The time is upon us, Abigail Williams.
No.
You scourge of Salem. It is time to pay for your sins.
You want to use memories against me? Two can play at that game.
I know the truth about your death, but I still don't know the truth about mine. Did you use Rex to kill me?
Rex was my most influential. The most respected, the most feared official in town. Of course I did.
How could Rex have done it? Rose's killer had blue eyes.
I didn't use the same killer for every murder.
Baxter. Why did you kill Baxter?
I eventually kill all the killers I use. Especially the ones who get close to the truth.
I wasn't close to the truth in the apartment. I wasn't one of your killers. Why did I have to die? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. How could I?
Mister!
You made me kill her. If I'm going out, you're coming with me.
Get over here!
side, sometimes obvious, sometimes not. If we're lucky, we keep our dark side hidden. By law, Rex was a killer. But the law doesn't always see the truth. Fortunately, Joy did. And she would never press charges. She might even help Rex cover his tracks. One thing's for certain. She's a better person than I was at that age. A kid who deserves forgiveness. She's paid her dues. And committing a few small crimes, searching for your mom, well, even the coldest cops would forgive those.
Mom!
Hasn't been a Bell killer murder since the night Abigail met her final end. But the case never officially closed. But memories fade, time heals. With luck, Salem will move on and find peace. Death repays debts, my father always said. Forever I believe that. But truth be told, this life ain't over until you're honest about what you owe. Set everything right. Settle your debts. Only then can you move on.
Ronan?
That's going to be all for Murdered Soul Suspect, people. A game that honestly did not live up to its potential. Don't get me wrong, I think Square Enix was onto something with this game, but I think about halfway through it, they were like, yeah, we really don't want to spend a lot of money on this, so just do what we can. Because the gameplay was laughable and the story was really good, but just there was so many continuity errors. God, the continuity errors in the story were really driving me crazy about halfway through this video. But all in all, they had something good here. They just didn't follow through with it enough. But let's take this step by step. Let's start with the gameplay. It's very similar to a Telltale game where you just kind of go around, you fiddle around, you hit X to check out stuff, and then you prompt and do quick time events and stuff like that throughout the game. And that's okay, but this game, it just was not fun to do it. For instance, the demons, who I genuinely thought were going to be like, I thought they were training to like some boss battles and everything else, but they were literally the only enemies that you actually fought in the game, and that was super disappointing. But whenever you go to do the quick time event, I'd say about 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time, the prompt ain't going to connect and you're going to have to run away, hide again, wait for them to get bored, and then try all over again, and that gets tedious so quickly in this game. Not to mention, this has to be the biggest collectathon game that I've ever played, and I used to play old school platformers. I'd say the majority of the padding in this game is just you running around, ooh, piece of candy around Salem. Yeah, you get some lore by finding it all, but it's never presented in an interesting way. It's just a block of text that you can read through if you're interested. And in fact, the only collectibles that I personally suggest you should seek out while playing it are the ones that unlock ghost stories, because even though they're just short stories, they're actually interesting to listen to. I mean, honestly, they're the only collectibles that actually make you feel like you're achieving something by getting them. But that's mainly because it doesn't matter if you 100% this game, there's only one ending, nothing you collect affects the story whatsoever. It's literally just something you can do to pad out the game and make it last a little bit longer, and I hate when video games do that. One of the things I hate most is when I feel like I have my time wasted for me, and the very first time I played this game, I 100%ed it on stream, and at the end of it, I was expecting like a secret ending, maybe a prompt, a possible sequel or something like that, but no, I mean, it just ends like if I would have just ran through and did nothing but just a straight story. Not that the story was bad, that's one of the reasons why I was upset. I wanted more of it. This story was actually really good to me. This whole paranormal murder mystery like arc that they were going through was actually really interesting. I really love all the subtle ways that we got to know Ronan throughout the game. I mean, outside the obvious story where we learned that Ronan's a cop that doesn't really follow by the rules and that he was killed by the Bell killer and everything, there was like stuff going on in the world that really let you get to know the character, like what I pointed out in the video about the way the cops were reacting to his death. I mean, the long response time getting there, the feeling bad that he was dead but still kind of acting cold around his dead body. It was really interesting to watch his and Joy's relationship with each other evolve throughout the story. It started off with her wanting nothing to do with him, and it evolved into kind of like a buddy cop relationship by the end of the story. Really, they should have cut the collectibles in half, that way they could have given these characters more time to cook, that way we could have more emotional moments, more comedic hijinks, and it would have really helped out the story a lot. I enjoyed Ronan and Joy so much that I would have played multiple games with these two people. Because let's face it, Ronan was not a good guy his entire life, so I don't think him finding his own killer would have been enough to get him into heaven. I think he would have had to atone for a little while, so we probably could have got 2, maybe 3 really good games out of this one if they would have just polished this one off a little bit more, because there were just too many continuity errors in the game. The gameplay was boring, and the twist reveal of Abigail was so predictable that it was borderline boring at the end of the thing, and it could have been really interesting if they just would have did a little bit more with it. Imagine a game where Ronan's not only teaming up with Joy, but he also teams up with Abigail. They do multiple missions together. The side missions in the game were good. I actually really enjoyed them, but imagine that we actually investigate some of the more creepy ghosts around Salem with Abigail on her side. Maybe these ghosts, these strong spirits, are moving in on Abigail's turf and she wants them taken care of, but she needs Ronan's help to do it. She possibly can manipulate Ronan into thinking they have something to do with the Bell Killer, so he investigates them and ends up taking them down, giving her more power over Salem. You could have had multiple endings, good and bad. You could have had an ending where Ronan is sent to hell because of all the spirits that he killed. You could have had a neutral ending where they never actually found out who the killer was. There were a lot of possibilities with this game. I just felt like they gave up on it too quickly. And granted, the money might have just ran out. They could have not have had a very big team. Maybe they did the best they could with what they had and they had to make some last minute changes just to finish the game. A lot could have went wrong in the end, but at the end of the day, I would actually be open to a reboot of this game. Not a remake, a reboot, where they go back and they add more to it. They keep the base story as is, but they add a lot more to it. Maybe they change the journey a little bit, add in more locations and stuff, actually make the world look a lot more interesting, because it was a cool looking world, but it feels like that generic version of the Matrix that the aliens put Jerry in Rick and Morty. I'm just saying, polish up the game a little bit, bring back the original writing team, give them some more time to cook, and we can have a really good franchise on our hands. I know it's probably not going to ever happen. I'm completely okay with that. I'm just saying it would be cool if it did. But you guys know how I like to do these videos. If you haven't played the game yourself, play it yourself, develop your own opinion of it. I love talking to people about games, whether they liked them or hated them. I did not hate this game. I just wish it was better. It's not a game I would suggest to people unless you're looking for an easy platinum. Seriously, you can knock out the platinum in this game in a day, day and a half. But that's going to do it for today's video, people. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for anybody that lasted this long. It really helps out the channel. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button, help us grow, and I hope to see you in the next one very soon.